power fake X fly. You do see this play occasionally, so we're going to talk about it. It's not a bad play when you think about how many of the receivers actually wind up being open in default coverage. See right there, I get a deep guy, and that's a commodity you can't overvalue in this particular situation. But the problem then again is that it takes a lot of time for the play to develop. Also, you see the receiver grouping is not ideal. It's workable, but it's not ideal for what you might like to do. So you can run that receiver grouping if you're trying to go short. You can either do that or you can come down here. That's more of the typical play that you would run with that. Now the problem is that if you do run down there, then the air patrol guy is going to be able to cover right over, we'll see here, tight end will come there. He's going to be able to do his air patrol circling right over the top of him, so you're not necessarily going to get that good of a quarterback run if you go that way. I think it's actually, in a lot of cases, it's better just to go through this side, especially because you will tend to get a lot of space. So that's the basic concept of why guys install this, is because they get the open receivers by default, and that's good. Of course, then the bad news is that obviously you have the handoff there. Let this guy catch it. Steve Broussard. So, issue here is, right, obviously no holds barred. This is going to be a really ugly play for that reason. But other thing is, let's say you have a different guy. Let's try to do it with this guy. Here, right, again, get the open guy, but if you have an RILB that has speed, a couple of different guys can try to work this. So let's see if we can, right here, if you had Offerdahl, you'd be right in there. Basically, it winds up being like a kind of sellout play for the offense, because if they wind up getting this deep coverage, it's not necessarily going to be the case that you can cursor over to get to any of the other deep receivers on this guy. And then, of course, obviously the consequence of this play is if they call it, you're going to take an instant stack, you're going to have guys all over you, and eventually you're going to fumble the ball, and it's going to be ugly. So, some significant drawbacks there as compared to some of the other options that you'd have in that slot. You can lead that, notice you can lead that running back number one is coming out of backfield, but then the problem is, yes, you can lead the running back number one coming out of the backfield. You're probably going to lead him into coverage here. So, not really, tends not to be the throw that you want to use with that. So anyway, that's power fake X fly. Hopefully you have a little bit more understanding of why somebody might wind up using that play, and you should be able to not be surprised when you see it. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.